Hey, what's up? Today we are talking Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve. Now watch this, share with your friends, and we're coming with exclusive details in this video. Avril Lavigne and Travis Barker rock out while Ryan Seacrest hosts from New York as the stars ring in 2022 in Times Square despite Omicron surge. Avril Lavigne joined up with Travis Barker to rock out to her hit Skater Boy from Los Angeles as they added some excitement to Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve on Friday night. The event was hosted from Times Square in New York City by Ryan Seacrest and his first-time co-host Liza Koshy. The hosts held down the fort in Times Square in Manhattan, where cast and crew were being kept in separate locations as part of the show's strict COVID-19 protocols amid a surge in cases due to the Omicron variant. Ciara was helping to run things across the country in Los Angeles, while Pose's Billy Porter was offering a southern tinge from New Orleans. In addition to the three main urban locations, Rosalind Sanchez was hosting from Puerto Rico, where Daddy Yankee would be performing ahead of a Spanish-language countdown. As the special started this evening, Seacrest made sure to remind the audience at home that everyone on stage had been following strict COVID procedures leading up to the big night. The crowd might be scaled back, Seacrest said, referring to the audience, which was only about a quarter as large as pre-pandemic crowds, but he promised that the energy and enthusiasm are as big as ever. In order to keep the performers and crowd as safe as possible, the entertainers were all required to take daily COVID-19 tests. The precautions had led to one dropout already, with rapper LL Cool J skipping the show after he tested positive. Chloe Bailey, half of the duo Chloe x Halle, had also dropped out of New Year's Rockin' Eve, though she didn't give a reason for her absence. Seacrest and his New York co-host Liza Koshy revealed to Variety on Thursday that the cast and crew were being kept in separate trailers and pods across New York City in order to cut down on the chance of coronavirus transmission, especially with the new Omicron variant, which appears to be more contagious than previous variants of the virus. The satellite shows in Los Angeles and New Orleans are also keeping the cast and crew separated in a similar manner. Avril Lavigne added a glamorous touch to her punk style with a black leather bustier and a black tulle dress, and her long blonde locks were tinged at the ends with red. Travis put in a solid performance on the drums and matched her with a black tank top and a ski cap to cover his tattooed head. But before details, please subscribe our channel, and hit bell icon, and then select the option, all notifications, so that we can keep you in touch next time. One Republic delivered the first performance of the night with a rendition of their song Counting Stars. Next up was Big Boy of Outkast fame, who rapped his 2003 hit The Way You Move with his regular collaborator Sleepy Brown in Los Angeles. The grooving track was originally featured on the double LP speaker box The Love Below, which featured a solo disc for both Big Boy and Andre 3000. For Mariah's dramatic performance, a replay from 2018, she took to the stage covered in a white fur coat atop a gold sequin dress. Following her dramatic performance, the action switched to Los Angeles, where French Montana performed his hit Unforgettable. He was dressed in a multicolored holiday-appropriate sweater as he laid out bars. The show stuck around on the West Coast for another performance, this time with rapper Polo G, who performed his #1 hit Rap Star. The show changed up the mood for the next performance, also from Los Angeles, with Walker Hayes performing his country single Ah. New York appeared to be light on performers, as their next musical act was again in Los Angeles. The Puerto Rican reggaeton singer Don Omar put on a low-key performance in a brown down vest and a simple white shirt. New York was finally represented when Ja Rule and Ashanti performed their classic tracks Mesmerized and Always on Time. Ja Rule rapped in his identifiably gruff voice while Ashanti contrasted him with her smooth vocals. He wore a striking vinyl and brown fleece coat over a black graphic shirt, while Ashanti lit up the evening in a white textured mini dress with a cropped gray and white fur coat and a matching head over her long, curly locks. She also stood tall in a shimmering set of silver alligator print thigh-high boots. The duo was followed by another twosome, with Avril Lavigne and Travis Barker performing Skater Boy. Afterward, the Italian group Måneskin made its New Year's Rockin' Eve debut with their song Beggin'. Los Angeles stuck with foreign performers with the next artist, the Australian rapper Masked Wolf, who performed Astronaut in the Ocean. Macklemore and Ryan Lewis reunited for New Year's Rockin' Eve performance in 5 years. Fittingly, they performed their new single next year, and Macklemore joked before the performance that he was hoping to get a dirt bike in 2022. Next year's gonna be better than this year, featured singer Windsor repeated at the start of the song. Due to the dearth of new artists in New York, the broadcast included a 2019 number from BTS. The K-pop boy band sang its songs Make It Right, Boy with Love and more. The action shifted to Puerto Rico, which was 1 hour ahead of New York City, for a performance by Daddy Yankee. The king of reggaeton, who hails from San Juan, stood out in a silver jacket and matching pants as he began rapping high above the stage on a slender pedestal. His performance included his global mega-hit Despacito, which he originally performed with Luis Fonsi. The iconic rock band Journey played some of their monster hits to an adoring crowd back in Times Square. The group, which is currently fronted by singer Arnel Pineda in place of original lead vocalist Steve Perry, opened with a lightning-quick rendition of Any Way You Want It, before launching into its most popular song, Don't Stop Believin'. As the crowd in Times Square prepared for the ball to drop, Seacrest noted that it had a 12-foot diameter and was covered with 2,600 Waterford crystal panels, which represented wisdom. He also noted that the ball was decorated with 32,000 LEDs, which could create more than 16 million colors and billions of patterns. After the ball dropped, speakers around Times Square pumped out Frank Sinatra's cover of New York, New York, which was originally performed by Liza Minnelli for Martin Scorsese's 1977 film of the same name, which also starred Robert De Niro. The party continued even after New York moved into 2022. Across the country in Los Angeles, Macklemore and Ryan Lewis took to the stage again to perform their 2011 song Can't Hold Us. Macklemore changed into a dapper gray suit with a leopard print sweater as he commanded the mic. Next up on the West Coast was a repeat performance from country singer Walker Hayes, who sang his #1 Hot Country Songs chart His Fancy Like. Down in New Orleans, Billy Porter paused his hosting duties to perform his song Children, from his upcoming album of the same name. He performed the hard-charging dance track while covered in a voluminous red tulle dress. The Broadway veteran segued into another song, the soon-to-be-released Black Mona Lisa, which will also appear on his forthcoming LP. The show shifted over to Los Angeles again, where One Republic took to the stage a second time to play their single Run, which failed to chart on the Billboard Hot 100 chart after its release in May 2021. Many of the evening's biggest singers performed their hits from years or decades earlier, but Big Boy and Sleepy Brown returned in Los Angeles for a new song. The longtime collaborators grooved with a laid-back performance of their slow jam Animals, which was released in November. The music turned back toward pop when British songstress Mae Muller performed her single Better Days. The buoyant track included a guest rap verse from Polo G. Avril Lavigne, and Travis Barker also saved their new material for later in the evening. The Rockers performed their new single Bite Me, which Lavigne wrote with several songwriters and Barker co-produced and played drums on. Australian rapper Masked Wolf made a repeat appearance following the duo. He launched into a dark groove for his song Pandemonium. French Montana joined the cast of repeating performers by rapping his 2021 FWMGAB, which stands for Beep. With Me Get a Bag. Next up was the pop trio AJR, which is comprised of brothers Adam, Jack and Ryan Met. The siblings performed their catchy single Bang, which was a top 10 hit on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. Polo G channeled a classic, Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal, with his next song of the same name. The tune featured samples of the iconic pop hit and lyrics inspired by the original. Thanks for watching and thanks for your precious time. We hope that you found this story interesting. Please comment your views down in the comment section. Share this story with your friends and we'll see you next time.